whoever you are, I know how to use this.
I'll read. Nice stapler, Daddy.
A WTF! A WTF!
There we were, all sad last night at the news that Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch at Survivor Series had been called off due to Becky's broken schneck and concussion, until last night SmackDown Live swooped in like a creepy old man with a white van going, "Take some happy pills, children. Take the happy pills. Everything's gonna be alright." Last night SmackDown Live was fantastic. I'm Ross from Cultaholic.com. I don't have a white van and I don't have happy pills. I'm not a creep. Don't believe what the internet says, and here are all the WTF moments from last night's SmackDown Live. Now, the end of the Monday's Raw was absolutely fantastic. Nobody is doubting that. But for Tom Phillips to sit there and say nobody saw the end of the show coming after the last few years of #under siege and whatnot is just about as logical as the APA releasing that there t-shirt and not meaning what that t-shirt clearly means. Now, Tom, I don't think anybody saw the pure awesomeness of the segment coming, but the invasion itself? Quelle surprise, I don't think so. Back to Tom we go once again, and now we have a moment that ranks just alongside Jerry Lawler is suffering from anal bleeding. Tom and WWE as a whole are claiming that Becky Lynch is suffering from a broken face. Oh, the drama. Now, I've asked my pal who pretends to be a doctor every single Sunday of every single month if diagnosing somebody with a broken face is a WTF moment, and he says it is, so that's why we're here. Of course, WWE are saying that Becky Lynch has broken her nose, a cheekbone, a whole myriad of bones inside of her face, but to say a broken face, apparently, according to a medical expert, is just lazy and all kinds of Pete Tong. And next up we have Uncle Alan Stiles coming out to talk about the Earth maybe being flat before mention after last year's Survivor Series defeat to Brock Lesnar. He walked out of that event, and let me quote my notes down here, he walked out with his head hung high under his 2 feet. How the hell do you hang your own head high but under your 2 own feet? Now, I know you can hold your own head high while standing on your own 2 feet like a big boy, but to do what AJ Styles claimed that he did after last year's Survivor Series, that just proves he's very flexible, and Wendy is very lucky indeed. Paul Heyman was wrong. He rocked at the last night's SmackDown Live to try and wind up AJ Styles a bit. He didn't say that the Earth was round. He claimed that Daniel Bryan was the best professional wrestler we've ever laid our eyes upon, and he didn't mention Shane McMahon once. He talked about Ricky Steamboat, he talked about Ric Flair, he then put AJ Styles just under Daniel Bryan, and where is Shane McMahon? Does that plastic cup mean nothing to you, Paul? Made a grave mistake, Corey. Styles versus Bryan for the WWE Championship just before Crown Jewel was several weeks ago, was it, Corey? I don't even think so, pal. It's quite fitting that you've had a nightmare here, Corey, because that match between Styles and Bryan for the WWE Championship just before Crown Jewel took place the night before Halloween 2 weeks ago. Well, it looks like Monica Geller and Corey Graves have something in common because they both love a bit of the number 777. Kinky Corey. The best in the world, Shane McMahon, needs to rely upon the help of 2 men in suits and several referees to break up a fight between 2 wrestlers who are not the best in the world. And after last week where we saw Daniel Bryan give Shane McMahon, who of course is the best professional wrestler in the world, a hip toss while facing the wrong way, I'm starting to think that Shane McMahon might not be the best in the world that he actually thinks he is. Who would have thunk it, eh? And once again we have Colonel McSweaty Bollocks, who, if you haven't heard, is the best professional wrestler on God's green earth, struggling to keep apart 2 professional wrestlers who clearly are not even close to being the best in the world themselves. Surely keeping 2 wrestlers apart who clearly are not the best in the world is something the best in the world should be able to do without breaking sweat, no? Maybe? It should be, shouldn't it? Or have the last week's just completely shacked my brain to smithereens? Probably. 2 signs at last night's SmackDown Live. Thank you very much to Matt Parker for a double header of Cultaholic goodness throughout the WWE Universe. But I'm not going to ask you to spread the good name of Cultaholic throughout the WWE Universe. Put my name on a poster and take it to a show. I'm lonely. What a lovely, natural way to watch television. This festive season with the chestnuts crackling on an open fire and your granny pissed her fart in a corner, why don't you get the rest of your family to vacate their lovely comfortable seats, stand up like a stick, tilt their heads to one side, put their hands together like this, and watch television in the most comfortable way possible. And Paige, while we're here talking about that scene there, what the hell are you doing in the men's locker room? Well, Paige is a ruthless bitch, isn't she? On Raw, of course, we have big Braun Strowman causing havoc all over the place before Lady Bull swoops in, castrates the poor bastard, and then says, Braun, you can have whatever you want, as long as you lead Team Raw to victory at Survivor Series on Sunday. But on SmackDown Live, we have Paigey Wagey seeing Daniel Bryan getting his knickers in a big old twist before booting him off the team, you cretin! That bit was roughly translated, of course, to booted off the team, you cretin. Why no ultimatum, Paigey Wagey? Why no promises for after Survivor Series? Of course, because the WWE Championship match between Bryan and Styles hadn't happened at this point in the show. And I've got to do it. I know I do, because you like it. Paige, what are you doing? And there we have the extra security put on for last night's SmackDown Live to stop any invading Raw superstar from getting getting inside the building. Terrifying. And of course, one of the men up there could be my twin, so he's going to be completely effective when a big sweaty wrestler gets up in his grill. It's the man on the right, just in case you were wondering.
Yep, I wrong. Yep, I wrong.
And next up we have Byron Saxton claiming the Big Show has been the difference maker for the success of the Bar. Oh, of course, Byron, because before the Big Show, the Bar didn't end the New Day's record-breaking tag team reign. They didn't win no less than 4 Raw Tag Team Championships, did they? The Bar don't need the Big Show to have success, Byron Saxton. All they need to do is dab. Remember the security guards from a couple of points ago where we were told on last night's SmackDown Live that those security guards were covering every single entry point to the building. Now I thought, as I'm sure you did, that the 4 men standing there were an example of the security guards put on every single entrance to the building because of course, to stop a big man like Braun Strowman from invading, you need at least 4 men, maybe 12. But the fact that 2 of the security guards are missing from that shot proves that the arena for last night's SmackDown Live has 2 entrances with 2 sets of 2 security guards manning the doors. That's bollocks, isn't it? There's more than 2 entrances to any building in the world. Oh my tits, I thought they were dead. But the Colognes are back, and the Usos actually picked them for the Survivor Series team. The Usos picked the Colognes, people who have been dead for many, many months and years, to be on their Survivor's team, presumably because they want to lose. Usos, what the hell were you thinking, man? Let's just take a look at the list of the other tag teams on SmackDown Live the Usos could have had instead of the pissing Colognes. So that's why we're here. The SmackDown Live Tag Team division is an even bigger joke than the Raw Tag Team division, and I thought that the Raw Tag Team division couldn't be any more of a bigger joke. What a mess. Made a grave mistake, Corey. So Corey Graves can assure us that Brock Lesnar was definitely watching last night's Daniel Bryan vs AJ Styles WWE Championship match because Corey Graves is the single biggest liar we've ever seen since Pinocchio. You at home can sit there and name anything under the sun, including something as bad as watching a compilation of Shane McMahon's best sweaty moments, because Brock Lesnar would have been doing any of those instead of watching last night's SmackDown Live. There's no easy way to say this, everybody, but Daniel Bryan is now a diddler. Oh God. And he's also the WWE Champion. But he's also a diddler. After overreacting like a Teenage Mutant Ninja dirtbag, Daniel Bryan went and won the bloody big one, didn't he? The little tinker. With referee Charlie Robinson down, Daniel Bryan took the bull by the horns and kicked AJ Styles right in the cock, and I'm wondering which backstage producer has a fascination with AJ Styles' cock and why AJ Styles is saying, "How lads, give me cock and bollocks a rest. Let's not have him in this match." Maybe AJ enjoys it as well. Kinky bastards everywhere on SmackDown Live. Anyway, Bryan clocks Styles upside the head with a running knee, wins the title with a pinfall, 1, 2, 3, and then makes sure that AJ Styles has to suffer a concussion like he did way back in day. And I was moist. But I can't have been the only one thinking about Brie and Birdie Danielson sitting watching this madness take place at home. What about the YouTube channel? What about the reality show? What about the wine? Brie can't be associated with a freshly turned diddler. She's going to have to get a divorce for the sake of her own personal brand. I don't think Bryan thought this one through, did he? Or did he? But forget about Brie Bella. This is SmackDown Live. This is the show where a second referee always comes out when the first referee makes a major clanger in a big championship match. We saw it with the Usos, I think it was, way back in day. So where was the referee to tell Charlie Robinson there was a massive cock shot in last night's match? Oh, and Nakamura's cock shots look as weak as piss now, don't they? What a shame, eh? But good, we're getting Bryan versus Lesnar for the first time ever, and I'm down with that kind of thing. Now I know you're all crapping on Nia Jax right now, but just back the piss off, Al Reed. She's got a case of the Brie Bellas at the moment where she's making many high-profile mistakes, but that is what they are. They are mistakes. Should we criticise her work because it's happened more than one time? Yes, we should, but the personal attacks, there's no need. I'm wagging me finger, there's no need. But I'm going to pose a question that drops a conspiracy theory on your arse right now. Was Becky Lynch's nose supposed to go pop? I'm just putting this thought in your brain because on last night's SmackDown Live we saw 3 very clear camera shots of the incident taking place when anybody who watched Raw Live will tell you you couldn't see what happened in the slightest. I don't know about you, I might be talking bollocks, but I just find it funny that we had 3 really good camera angles to fall back on for a moment that nobody saw during the live show. Could they have injured Becky Lynch for reals this time, giving her a real injured Stone Cold Steve Austin moment that we all get behind, acknowledging the babyface turn they should have done a long time ago? And I know you sat there going, Ross, would they really have Nia Jax clock Becky Lynch upside the face for real? And I'm going to tell you to go and watch SummerSlam 2016, Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar. They've done it before. I might be clutching at straws, but the camera angles. And now it's time for the biggest moment in the history of WTF Moments as we find out just how many times somebody on last night's go-home show for Survivor Series 2018 said this was the only time they had ever on SmackDown Live Superstars go head-to-head in combat and whatnot. play the thing. The WWE are talking complete and utter bollocks ahead of Survivor Series because Raw and SmackDown superstars have faced each other at the Royal Rumble, at WrestleMania and Crown Jewel, and a myriad of other events totalizer. After yesterday's totalizer of 1, I was not expecting such a mighty haul that we got on last night's show, but last night's show produced 4, and 2 of them were by Corey Graves, which means we need a double header of the bong. Earth-shattering. I've been Ross from Cultaholic.com. Thank you very much for being a sexual wank pheasant. Have you watched this far into the video? Because merch is coming soon. Tell your friends and your mum and your dad. Follow me on Twitter at RossOnWrestling and pledge to our Patreon page, patreon.com/Cultaholic. Any thought to give us, we greatly appreciate and we'll love you forever. But most importantly of all, think about Brie Bella while joining our social media channels.